And we asked NBC political director and Meet the Press moderator Chuck Todd about these changing polls for the U.S. Senate race and what this means for Democrats trying to get control of the U.S. Senate.
If Indiana's not there for them, they have another path, but here's what it really means. I think the most likely outcome for the U.S. Senate overall is a total 50-50 split. And that's because I think Democratic chances have dropped, for instance, in a state like Indiana.
And it is indeed the makeup of the Senate that really makes this race so very, very interesting. Unlike the House, Republicans hold a much smaller majority. Now, as we go into Election Day tomorrow, Democrats will hold 36 seats, as you can see here behind me, in the blue. Now, Republicans will have 30, which you can see in the red. Everything that you see here in gray, here in the middle, is in play. Now, 34 seats are up for grabs tomorrow, and with the way it looks to be shaking out, it will come down to some very key races. The focus has been on 9 of those seats that could swing. Democrats are leading in Illinois and in Wisconsin, but these 7 other states, including here in Indiana, are very, very tight. And we're talking neck and neck for most of those. So the Senate could end in a tie or even with Democrats taking control. Let's now bring in John Stair and our Indiana insiders to discuss this in depth. And John, for our Senate race, how Hoosiers feel about Evan Bayh and Todd Young. A lot of attack ads we've been seeing. It could actually decide what happens tomorrow.
Gee, you think?
Maybe.
I'll tell you, some of the just the volume of attack ads has been incredible in this particular race. And Robin, I want to start with you. Bayh hasn't really responded to those until the last couple of weeks with an ad of his own, an ad by his wife, Susan. Why did he not respond sooner?
Oh, I don't know that he didn't respond. There's your own study said that 89% of Todd Young's ads were negative, John. And Evan Bayh was still trying to get his message out about what he had done. I still haven't heard what Todd Young said he was going to do as United States Senator. I've heard him criticize Evan Bayh. But once again, tomorrow night, 2 more words, time zone. As we count these votes, look to see what happens in Northwest Indiana after we make it through the state. And if this race is close, it's going to boil down to the Evansville market and to the Northwest Indiana market to determine the winner.
One thing we have heard a lot about from Todd Young is the fact that he was a Marine and the honor of a Marine. And I went to the Marine Honor Code to never lie, cheat, or steal, abide by an uncompromising code of integrity, to respect human dignity and have respect and concern for one another. Has the campaign played out that way, Jennifer?
Well, I certainly think so. And, you know, to your comment earlier, let's not forget that Evan Bayh started running negative ads the first week that he got into this race. I mean, he flew back to Indiana, said I'm running, started running negative ads right away. There has been a lot of contrast on both sides of this campaign, but absolutely Todd Young has run an incredible race. And frankly, I would say the fact that he may be upsetting Evan Bayh, who started out 25 points ahead, is a testament to the strength and talent of Todd Young and what a tremendous leader he will be in the United States Senate.
All right, let me bring in Kevin Rader in New York tonight. And Kevin, I'll tell you, when I see the way this race is playing out, I think back to Richard Lugar 4 years ago, not really seeing what was coming up on him, and now all of a sudden, you know, it may be too late for Evan Bayh.
You know, Evan Bayh told me, John, that Hillary Clinton had nothing to do with him jumping back into this race, but I have to believe that somewhere the Clintons had something to do with Evan Bayh's making this decision to jump in, and then got no help from the Clinton campaign. And in fact, the emails may have been the final nail in the coffin here. But you guys have been really hitting the nail on the head, I think. The negative advertising here has, you know, Todd Young has been able to redefine a political icon. That's not easy to do. But as you point out, John, we saw it with Richard Lugar. We may be on the verge of seeing it with Evan Bayh. It's incredible. The world of politics and negative advertising, as Jen said just last weekend, it works.
All right, thank you. Kevin Rader in New York tonight. And it's not over yet. Young and Bayh have some plans for tomorrow, too. And let's go back to Scott and Andrea to tell us more about that.